Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you so much for making some time and space for us. At this time, it is important for us to share information, the knowings in which we possess about all of us in totality, the entire seven, as it is important for you to understand all of the universal principalities, not just me, intuition, and my significant other, resistance and resilience. It is important for all of us to understand each and every single one of the universal principalities because we are all a part of one universal principality or another. So therefore, it is very important for you to understand all of the universal principalities and which one you identify with. As you start to understand and remember the truth of who it is that you are, you get the privilege of reintegrating with that aspect of yourself. But first and foremost, it's important to know what universal principality that you are mostly associated with, and that is easier to understand once you have more an in-depth knowing of who those universal principalities are, as well as seeing how the thematics of your life are in concert with those universal principalities, which gives you more of a defined knowing of which one you are closely associated to. So, again, there are seven. There is me, intuition, and the opposite of me, not the opposite of me, but my counterbalance is that of doubt, right? Not much more to say about that. You've heard me talk about myself tenfold in all of the other talks, so I need not say more and bore you anymore. Then there is resistance and resilience, another one in which we've been talking extensively about. I feel like I do not need to really move more into who it is that she is, as we have talked extensively about her as well, and I have probably bored you to tears about her as well. However, again, the other five we haven't really gotten too much into, so those may be of interest to you. These do not go in any specific order, other than the idea of me, intuition, and resistance and resilient coming out first and second to each other. The rest, again, came out in a kumbaya, holding hands moment and took the step together. So again, the order in which they are inconsequential. However, there is a specific ordering in how they overlay the earth and how their universal principalities affect the earth at different times in history. So the first universal principality that we will talk about besides ourselves is that of evolution and de-evolution. Not much really to go into. That is very self-explanatory. When evolution is in balance, they allow the world, so to speak, the space to proceed forward for all of us to continue to grow and evolve and learn more about ourselves. When evolution is out of their balance, they de-evolve everyone. They throw everybody back in time, so to speak, and do not allow for further growth and movement in the truth and understanding of the truth of who it is that they are. So that is evolution and de-evolution. How you identify if you are this principle is the idea that how we see this principle is in the characteristics of I'm having to fight for my life all the time. Everybody is against me. Everybody wants to get me. It is always so hard just to be me. And so therefore I have to continue to fight everyone. And then finally when I fight everybody and I'm on top, then I feel so alone, boo-hoo. So now I have to de-evolve myself and feel like the victim again. That is how we see evolution and de-evolution. I am sure that is not how they see themselves. But we laugh because this is our perspective and not theirs. If they want to get on the horn and express themselves, they're more than likely able to in their own podcast, but that is how we see them, and that is how we express our knowing and understanding of them. So that is who and what it is that they are when they're de-evolutionized. But when they are in their highest form, their highest state, they're continuing to grow, they're continuing to evolve. There is nothing that can stop them in their understanding of self, and their understanding of knowing, and their understanding of truth, and their understanding of all that is. And what a beautiful moment to witness and behold when they are evolving and when they are in their balanced state of self. And that is evolution and de-evolution. Then there is the next one that we will talk about. That is life and death, and that is quite explanatory, but we will go into it a little bit. When death is at its counterbalance, it is off killing everybody, so to speak. When it is in its balance, then they are providing life, life-giving love, all of the things in which allow the continuation of all of us. When we are in our space in which we originally come from, they help to breathe life into all of our creations, into all of the things that we continue to move forward with. And what a beautiful energy to behold when they are, again, in their balance. But when they are not in their balance, good grief, it is quite a scary sight. How we characterize this personality, this universal principality, is the idea of overindulgence. This universal principality is able to indulge like no one we have ever seen. They are able to go into such a counterbalance in which these are the individuals that could drink anybody under the table, or that could drink every day a fifth of vodka, a fifth of scotch, smoke cigarettes, a pack of cigarettes every day, and nothing seemingly happens to them. They just continue to live longer than anybody else can live. But if any other one of the universal principalities tried to do something in which they were doing, they would easily come to their end. So these principalities are quantified by the idea of that they are able to move into such a counterbalance within themselves, but continue to live. And they're able to do that because they have mastered life and death and all the in-betweenness that happens. They are able to conquer or master the limbotic period in which they're able to suspend the consequence of whatever it is that they're doing. Not to say that they do not face a consequence of overindulging, but they do not face the same consequence as if another universal principle smoked cigarettes every day or ate pints of ice cream every day. They would quickly come to their end, as opposed to the universal principality that is life and death, in which they could suspend those consequences until death, so to speak. So that is life and death for you. The next one is wisdom and mistrust. Wisdom, very simple, easy. Those are the individuals that know inherently, truly, truthfully. They have synthesized and transcended intellectualism, and therefore they know all there is to know through experience, but also through experiencelessness. And when they are in their balance, what an incredible thing to behold, as they are like the grandfathers and grandfathers that we see, or the epitome, the symbolosis of that. But when they are out of balance, there's a complete and utter mistrust of themselves and of others. So wisdom and in mistrust, the easiest way, the easiest characteristic in which we could identify that is those who deny themselves, those who mistrust themselves. Not doubt, like me, but a mistrust. They are not trusting of people. They do not trust others. They are like a mouse, so to speak. A loud noise happens and they are sent scurrying into all directions. Very mistrusting when they're in their out of balance. But when they're in full balance, they are beyond trust. They are trust itself, because they are trusting in the inherent wisdom that they hold, and they are all knowing in that way. The next one that is important to know is intellectualism, and the opposite of that, which is dumbness. Intellectualism is similar to that in wisdom, but different. They are smart, not wisdom smart. They are smart. The difference between wisdom and intellectualism is wisdom has actually had the experience. As far as intellectualism goes, their knowing is only a surface level. They have not actually had the experience to really synthesize and really have that information, that intellectualization, really sink into the cells of the vibratory being that they are. But they are nevertheless the smartest people in the room. You cannot tell them anything different. They are the individuals that could, that have the memory of an elephant. They could, photographic memory. They're able to remember everything that they read. They're able to regurgitate everything that they read word for word, and therefore you cannot tell them different, because they know. They don't know. They remember. And that is the essence. They are good rememberers, which means that they are intellectualized. But because they have no experience, that does not necessarily transcend into wisdom. So therefore, they are the knowers. They are the rememberers. They have the photographic memory. They are the smartest ones in the room. They could read a book. They could read Nietzsche and be able to express and explain those theories in full as if they know them. But there is still a lack of experience, so therefore they do not truly actually know them, which therefore proceeds into their dumbness. When they go out of their counterbalance of intellectualism, they move into dumbness because, again, they lack the actual experience to synthesize that information and therefore be able to actually live that information. So they move into that counterbalance, which is being dumb, which is denying the information in which they already very much are in tune with. But again, because they lack the experience, they move into dumbness. So that is the characteristic of those beings. The next one is chaos and order. Chaos and order is fantastic within itself. They're an amplitory energy. They're an amplitory energy because they help to amplify life or death, evolution or de-evolution, mistrust and wisdom, intuition or self-doubt, resistance and resilience. They amplify all of our qualities, but also when they work alone, they are just providing that of order and or chaos, depending on the balance in which they're in. So, to speak further on that, those are the beings that are the OCD beings. Everything must be in a very, very, very certain place and space. And if not, then it turns into chaos. If not, then it's a very anxious type of energy because it needs to be in a certain way. And if it's not a certain way, then they know inherently that it turns into chaos. And they're right. They are order and chaos. If anybody knows that better than them, then there would be another universal principality that exists. But again, they are order and chaos, and they are the masters of understanding that if everything is not exactly so, then it does turn into chaos. So again, the characteristic of them is that OCD quality. Again, all of these universal principalities, it is not as if every single individual doesn't have a blend of all of these things within you. But there is a theme in which is more associated with that universal principality that you are associated with. So all of us can be OCD at times. All of us can be moving into a glutton or an overindulgence phase. All of us at times can be de-evolved. All of us at times can be intuitive or doubtful. All of us at times could be resistant and resilient. But depending on our life themes, we are more in tune with one universal principality. So it is important to understand those characteristics. It is important not only to understand those characteristics, but to also be able to start reintegrating with that characteristic, which allows you to have more of a 360 view, which allows you to move more out of the denseness that is this illusion, that is this place, that is this world, that is this universe. To give more insight about the characteristics of intuition and how that comes out as a characteristic in a person, intuition, if you feel maybe you identify with intuition, those are the people that know without knowing. Different from wisdom, different from intellectualization. They know without knowing. They're the ones that could build a bike without not being an engineer to build a bike. They're the ones that can figure something out without never having done it before. They could simply synthesize a plan. They are plan masters and be able to make that plan and regurgitate that to the rest. They get frustrated when other people tamper with the plan because it seems like nobody else gets the plan. Those are the individuals in which those are the characteristics that are associated with those that are intuition. And likewise, you go into self-doubt when maybe people question your plan, or when the plan maybe does not go as planned, which pushes you into self-doubt, which then makes you think that, well, maybe I didn't have a plan at all. Maybe I really don't know what the hell is going on, so to speak. Resistance and resilience characteristic-wise in a person, how that translates. Those are the people that are living that definitely probably shouldn't be alive, different from life and death. It is more of the idea that their life stories are the most craziest things you've ever heard. You listen to them and you're like, why are you not dead? I don't understand how you could live through such insane, crazy things and yet be a sane person standing in front of me sharing your story. That is resistance and resilience. The fact that they could take any blow. They're the best boxer. They are Mayweather. They are Tyson. They are Floyd. They are all of the beings that can take the hardest punch and yet still come back and say, ha! Gotcha. You thought you got me, but I actually got you because I am still here. So those are all of the 7 universal principalities. I hope that I did not forget one. I'm sure that if I did, then I will come back and deeply apologize and share that universal principality that I may have forgotten. But for now, that is all the ones that are coming to my intuitive mind. And that is where we will leave you. Now that you have an understanding of the universal principalities, and perhaps you could start dissecting the thematics of your life so that you can understand what universal principality that you are mostly closely associated with, that will help you to, again, wade through the illusion in which is so thick around you that does not allow you to reintegrate with your higher, reintegrated universal principality that you are. So, as always, thank you for making some space and time for us. We wish you love and light and wellness on your journey. Until next time.